Hi guys, and this is Victoria Joy. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Joy Unlimited, where I'll be sharing the things that make me happy. Today, I'm going to be showing you how to do something really cool. If you've noticed my background, I'm in my kitchen, and we're going to be cooking something today. We're going to be making some French toast. French toast is really easy to make, and it's really yummy. For the ingredients you hear me say, I do in the measurements, I did half of them in the recipe, so if you just want for a whole family, or like for two, people, I would normally suggest double the recipe I'm telling you. So let's say if it's a quarter cup of milk, do a quarter cup of milk. Okay. Or if it's one egg, if I say one egg, you do two eggs. If you have a big family. All right. So you're gonna need some things first. So the first thing you're gonna need is butter. And I'm making French toast with this kind of glaze I make. So you're gonna need some butter, not for the glaze, but you're just gonna need some butter for the pan. I just request using the butter with canola oil added. You're going to need a bread slice. I'm making French toast sticks. You can just keep it as a slice, but I'm going to be cutting the bread slice. You're going to need some a half an eighth of a teaspoon of ground cinnamon, just a little, half a pinch of salt or a pinch of salt, a little bit of vanilla, it's like a splash of something, one egg, and onto our glaze, you're going to need some confectionery sugar and some water. And for last but not least, for the recipe, you're going to need some sugar. So the first thing you're going to do is you need the one egg. So sorry guys, you don't see me. I'm just getting my egg. So you want to get a nice little egg. Doesn't have to be perfect. And I'm getting a napkin so I can put my little eggshell after I'm done cracking. So crack your egg. Make sure not to get eggshells in it. And put it in a nice bowl. Clean. And then the thing should look like this. I don't want to pour this out. Alright guys, I think I have an idea. I'm going to put my camera in front of the things I'm doing so you see exactly what's happening. So you probably guys don't know how do I crack my egg. Alright. So there's my little egg. You probably still don't see it. Well, there's my little egg. And then we're not mixing it yet. So just keep your egg like that. Or I'm just going to pop the little bubble. Okay, popped it. And now, you need a quarter cup of milk. So I'm going to get, and guys, if I didn't say you need some milk, sorry. But you're going to need a quarter cup of milk to make this battery. So if you have a big family, do double, do a quarter cup of milk. So now I'm going to pour my little measurement inside there. And I'm going to put away this milk because I don't want to spill this. I have a lot of milk. Alright. And now we need, sorry about this, a little teaspoon of sugar. Well, if you're doing for a big family, I'm doing a half a teaspoon because I don't need as much sugar. So I'm getting like this little sugar container I have. Sorry, you see my salt. You're going to get some sugar. Sugar is really important if you have a really sweet tooth. I'm doing a half a teaspoon of sugar. And pour it in. I'm gonna like dust this sugar off and like that. And now you are going to get 1/8 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. Sorry, I keep on pointing my camera that way. But, so yeah, and you're gonna sprinkle some cinnamon in your hand, and you're gonna splash it in there, just like that. Barely to see my cinnamon, so yeah. And now you're going to need just a little pinch of salt. So you're not gonna need that much of salt. Just a little pinch. Probably won't see it on my camera, but a little pinch of salt. And now you're going to need a little bit of vanilla. You don't need that much vanilla, so you only need a little bit. Pour it in a little measurement. So I'm gonna pour my little vanilla in there. And now you're going to stir this really well. You want this to get really nice and stirred up. If you like a really nice cinnamon effect, add a little bit more cinnamon. But if you don't, it's still fine. You don't really need that much cinnamon. So you have some nice, now this is going to be like your batter. So I'm going to add a little bit more cinnamon. I'm adding it to my hand right now. Okay. You barely saw this. And cinnamon stains. At least my cinnamon does. There's like cinnamon stains. Alright. And don't use like cinnamon straight from the branch. Use ground cinnamon. It's more convenient. So you're going to mix up that stuff together, just like this. And this is your batter. Now I'm going to just start on my little glaze I would use for some donuts. Now you are going to want to get like a little dish of water. You don't want that much water. Just a little dish, and then pour it not in your batter, but in your confectionery sugar. You want your sugar to get nice and like a little creamy. I'm gonna move my little batter, my confectionery sugar, and I poured some water in there. And you want to get a utensil, and you want to mix up that thing together. You want it to be like a little bit of a glaze. This is mine. It's not so glazy. Sorry about that noise. You can add a little bit more sugar if you'd like. I do not know. This is my first time making confectionery glaze, but I'm gonna get more sugar. Just hold on. Oh wow. Alright guys. So this video might be a little bit long, but this is the truth of making something. So I'm gonna pour some of that in. Pour some of that in there. to try to make it a little bit thick, you want to get that solid. Well, you don't want it to be solid. I'm so sorry, guys. This confectionery sugar is like a mess. So I prefer you guys make your own glaze recipe. But if you don't know how to make glaze, this is a little glaze recipe for you. And the key is you don't want your glaze to be like, you know, too thick, and you don't want it to be too watery. So it's kind of just the key of making some good glaze. So yeah, enough talking about glaze. Let's mix this stuff up. See if we can get this glaze to thicken. Now it's thickening up. I like this. I like how it's turning out. You just don't want to get any powder stuff in your glaze. You just want it to be nice, creamy, runny glaze. Just like this. That was enough confectionery powder. You don't need that much to make an amazing glaze. Just like this. And now this glaze may harden. And that's like the best time. I'm going to let the glaze harden nicely. Okay, I'm not going to, so you want to have it all nicely. Now we want to cook this fast. So now you want to like cut your bread. So you're going to want to cut your bread now. So cut your bread nicely into, I'm doing a third. I'm using one bread slice and I'm doing thirds. So you can use as much bread slices, but I'm doing one bread slice and I'm using thirds. This is how my bread looks. And now you want to put some butter in your pan. I'm gonna show you a better angle of putting butter in the pan, but this right now it's not a good angle for you guys. I know it. I'm gonna move my camera so you guys can see on this butter that's just like kind of sitting in that pan, and we want to cook this fast. So it's kind of sitting in the pan, not doing anything. So you want your butter. You want to turn on your stove to about 6. And you want to start putting stuff away while that melts. So, because making this for the first time get yourself really messy. Yeah. So don't be surprised about anything if your thing doesn't quite work out. Like if the glaze is way too thick, add a sprinkle of water. If the glaze is too runny, add a little bit more of confectionery sugar. Cause yeah, I'm like keeping on mixing this glaze. Yeah, it smells good. It's some good glaze. Alright. And now my butter is melting really, really fast. I'm gonna get a dish to mix that in there. Something to mix that. And your thing is not quite ready yet. You want it to be like, it's like little air bubbles form of it. So you don't want it to be way, you want to make it that like little air bubbles form. Just gonna spread some butter in there and little holes that might not have butter. And your batter should look something like this. And now I want to let that sit and let it become all nice and good. So now I'm gonna start putting my butter away. You don't need that much butter that you think you need. So yeah, this recipe is not a big recipe. Like, you don't need that much stuff for it as you would for cookies. So yeah. Tell me in the comments, do you want me to give you guys a video on how to make eggless French toast sticks? If you do, then say that. Oh, you want to keep on mixing up your glaze, making sure it's nice, runny, and ready to be glazed. Alright guys, little air bubbles are starting to form in that. Looks super nice. Yeah, so just start forming those air bubbles just like that. And your thing would be almost done once you have a little golden effect on your butter. So yeah. And I'm like wiping everywhere because I spilled confectionery sugar everywhere. Confectionery sugar is spillable. And now my butter seems quite ready because it's starting to pop. So all you want to do is do a little quick dip of your little thing. A quick dip of that little egg mixture. And just put it in there and wait for it to cook. I'm continuing doing that. You really want it to dip on that egg mixture. You really do. I'm gonna let that sizzle. Okay. So guys, if you like this recipe, please tell me so. You could use Texas toast for this. You could use French bread for this. You could use about of anything for it. I am just using normal bread. Just sliced bread. I sliced into French toast pieces. Alright, so I'm gonna let that sizzle. If this looks like there's like a chunk of butter there, it's alright. And these cook quite fast. So I'm gonna mix this glaze, make sure it doesn't harden, because you don't want your glaze to harden in your bowl. See if there's some cooking on the back. Make sure there's no butter sticked to it, because you don't want any butter. And these look quite yellow. It's just because of the egg and the yolk. It's gonna cook through, trust me. Just let that cook. Get it all soaked. And now, while you're waiting for it to cook, you are just going to just put stuff away. Make sure that glaze is not hardened like this. Like, have a nice plate to put your French toast sticks on. You could pop these in the microwave just like that. You don't have to use the glaze. You could put some cinnamon sugar on, and cinnamon sugar is just some sugar and some cinnamon mixed together, and you just roll those babies right in there. It's just like that. That's all. So that's just cinnamon sugar. That's all. Nothing like serious needed. But we are doing the little cinnamon glaze. You could add a little cinnamon in your glaze, depending on your liking. But Sorry guys if this video is a bit long. It's just the life of making some French toast sticks. I'm cleaning up all of my mess I made from those toast sticks. I'm just gonna check out these, see if they're nice and ready to be flipped. Not to be. See guys, look at that perfect thing. OMG. We're making it, guys. Try this at home. It's really fun, really easy. Wait, is that some glaze that got in there? Alright, I don't know. But it's super fun. Like, guys, I don't know what would happen if you, like, cooked the glaze while cooking the French toast sticks. I don't know what would happen. I would just wait some 5 minutes for the glaze to harden. And then just eat that yummy French toast sticks. Yeah, this glaze, it doesn't smell the best. It smells like ginger, but trust me guys, it will taste the best. So you're just kind of just spreading your little glaze on there just like that. And if you like pronounce the smell, some nice yummy glaze, that's it. So, alright, these French toasts look amazing and they smell amazing in real life. I suggest for you guys to make these. There's like little popping bubbles on them. You could dip these in some nice syrup, deep fry them, bake them after you put them on the stove. Alright guys, this is super fun. Is that like some cooked egg from the batter? I have no idea. But these are amazing. These are super good. And I told you that yellow stuff will start to disappear. It's starting to. It's just starting to get nice and crispy. That's how you like it. Start to lower the temperature because if you turn it off, it's still gonna cook as nicely. So, and I feel like butter works best for this. Butter with canola oil because it sizzles nicely, and I just like it. It's amazing. Alright. That stuff are super crispy, and I just love them. Look at that, guys. Oh yeah, I'm sorry guys. On my screen, you might think it is really dusty here. Sorry about that. Just a little real life difficulties in cooking and frying. And see guys, your French toast sticks, if you just leave them in there to cook nicely, that yellow stuff will start to disappear, and that just full yummy thing on the outside you love every day will start coming up on your sticks. This is good for a breakfast meal. It's super easy, super yummy. I like it. I'm just gonna leave these in here. So yeah. They're super nice. Guys, have parent supervision with this. Like, especially if you're a kid at least under 13, have supervision in cooking this. It might look super simple, and you might just want to cook it in the microwave. But I'm gonna tell you, stove gets the best effect. I'm gonna turn the stove off. I just want to let the natural ready heat cook this. Yeah, and alright, this stuff is getting super sizzly, super amazing, and it's totally crispy on the outside, how everyone loves it. So yeah, they smell especially amazing. I feel like making them at home are just a little bit better because they get super more crispy. This is like the extra crispy finger looking good kind I'm teaching you how to make. So just make them straight at home. The best way to make them. And you see these start to harden. They start to taste and feel like your school lunch ones. I'm gonna let this side cook a little bit. I want there to be nice. Guys, you could take it out about now, but I really want a crispy effect. So yeah. I'm gonna bring my camera over here. So yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye everyone. Please subscribe and hit the bell. Bye.